The hidden enemy on your plate. What causes inflammation? We often wake up with a feeling of unbearable heaviness that seems to press us down to the bed and prevents us from breathing deeply. This state seems to us a common consequence of age or an endless working day, but in reality, a real invisible fire may be raging inside our body. Chronic inflammation undermines our strength unnoticed, turning every lived day into an exhausting struggle for the remains of vital energy. I want to talk to you today about how we can extinguish this flame with the help of the simplest and most accessible tool that's right in our kitchen. Our nutrition is a powerful weapon, capable of either destroying us completely or giving us long-awaited healing and lightness. Many of us are used to ignoring the quiet signals of our organism, attributing aches in the joints or fog in the head to simple fatigue. However, our organism is constantly trying to reach us through these unpleasant sensations, telling us about internal failures. Chronic inflammation differs from the usual kind in that it does not pass in a few days, but smolders in our tissues and organs for years. It becomes the very foundation on which the most dangerous diseases of modern times grow, depriving us of the joy of life. We must learn to hear this whisper before it turns into a deafening cry for help. Understanding exactly what is happening inside us is the first and most important step on the path to true recovery. The most insidious enemy on our plate is added sugar, which today is hidden in almost every product. When we consume sweets, the level of glucose in the blood rises sharply, forcing the pancreas to work at the limit of its capabilities. This constant cycle of ups and downs causes a real storm in our vessels, damaging their delicate walls from the inside. Sugar acts on our cells like rust, which slowly but surely corrodes metal, depriving it of strength. Excluding refined carbohydrates from the diet becomes the very life buoy that helps us get out of the depths of chronic fatigue. We must realize that the short-term pleasure from a dessert is not worth those long years of suffering that it entails. No less dangerous for our health are processed vegetable oils, which we are used to using daily when preparing food. Sunflower, corn, and soybean oils contain a huge amount of omega-6 fatty acids, which in excess provoke inflammatory processes. In the modern world, the balance between healthy and harmful fats has been catastrophically disturbed in favor of the latter. We literally pour oil on our internal fire, wondering later why our well-being worsens every day. Replacing these products with high-quality, cold-pressed olive oil can be a real salvation for ourselves. Olive oil contains unique substances that act like natural medicines, soothing irritated tissues and restoring their structure. Special attention should be paid to deeply processed products that fill the shelves of modern supermarkets in huge quantities. Sausages, frankfurters, ready-made convenience foods, and various snacks contain a cocktail of preservatives and artificial additives. Our immune system perceives these chemical compounds as foreign invaders and throws all its strength into fighting them. This keeps our body in a state of constant combat readiness, which incredibly exhausts all internal resources. We spend our vital forces not on creativity or communication with loved ones, but on an endless war with what we ourselves put in our mouths. Returning to whole and simple food becomes an act of love for oneself and one's future. Now let us turn our gaze to those heroes who are able to bring peace and tranquility to our exhausted body. Fatty sea fish such as salmon, mackerel, or herring is a real treasure given to us by nature itself. It contains omega-3 fatty acids, which have a powerful anti-inflammatory effect comparable to pharmaceutical drugs. These amazing substances penetrate into the very depths of our cells, helping them recover and effectively cope with any damage. Regular consumption of such fish, at least 2 or 3 times a week, can work a real miracle with your well-being. You will notice how the skin becomes clearer, the joints stop hurting, and thoughts regain their former clarity and sharpness. Dark-colored berries, such as blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries, are other indispensable allies in our struggle for health. They are literally overflowing with antioxidants that protect our cells from oxidative stress and destruction. These small gifts of the forest work like real firefighters, quickly and effectively extinguishing foci of inflammation in various parts of our body. Each handful of berries carries a huge charge of vital force that helps us stay young and energetic for many years. Including them in your daily breakfast will be an excellent investment in your own longevity and great mood. Nature has already created everything necessary for our healing. We only need to learn how to use these riches with wisdom. Green leafy vegetables such as spinach, broccoli, and kale should become the basis of the diet of every person dreaming of health. They are rich in vitamins, minerals, and fiber, which is necessary for the proper functioning of our intestines. It is in the intestines that most of our immune system is concentrated, which stands guard over our overall well-being. When our microbiome is in balance, inflammatory processes subside by themselves, giving way to harmony and strength. Vegetables help remove toxins and decay products that have accumulated in our tissues for years, poisoning our lives. Every portion of greens brings us closer to that state of lightness that we so often dream of in the bustle of everyday life. We must not forget about magic spices that are able not only to decorate the taste of dishes, but also to become a real medicine. Turmeric and ginger have been used in Eastern medicine for many centuries as powerful remedies against any ailments. Modern science confirms that curcumin has a unique ability to block the very molecules that trigger inflammation in the body. Adding a pinch of this golden spice to your usual dishes can significantly reduce the level of pain and discomfort. Ginger, in turn, perfectly warms the blood and helps the body quickly get rid of everything extra and unnecessary. These simple additives make our nutrition not only tasty, but also truly healing for every cell. Of great importance in reducing chronic inflammation is not only what we eat, but also how we do it. Constant haste and stress during meals force our body to produce the hormone cortisol, which itself is a provocateur of inflammation. We must turn every meal into a kind of ritual filled with gratitude and peace. Thorough chewing of food allows our stomach to work effectively, absorbing all useful substances without unnecessary tension. When we eat mindfully, we begin to better feel the signals of satiety and stop overeating, which also has a beneficial effect on our health. The ability to slow down in this crazy world becomes a key skill for maintaining internal harmony and physical health. Chronic inflammation is often accompanied by fluid retention in the body, which leads to swelling and a feeling of heaviness in the whole body. Pure drinking water is the simplest and cheapest way to help your body cope with this problem. Water flushes out inflammation products and helps the lymphatic system work at full strength, cleaning us from the inside. Many of us confuse the feeling of thirst with the feeling of hunger, which leads to unnecessary snacks and excess weight. Maintaining the correct water balance allows our cells to function optimally, preserving the elasticity of tissues and the youth of organs. A glass of warm water in the morning on an empty stomach will be that very gentle awakening that will start all the cleansing processes in your body. It is important to understand that the path to health through nutrition is not a short-term diet, but represents a full lifestyle. We do not need to strive for the ideal in one day, because any sudden changes can become additional stress for the body. Small but confident steps in the right direction will bring much more benefit in the long term. Replace today the usual sweet bar with a handful of nuts, and instead of fried meat, prepare steamed fish. With each such choice, you will feel how life returns to your body, and old pains begin to gradually recede. Your body will definitely thank you for this care, with excellent well-being and an inexhaustible supply of energy. I have seen many women who suffered for years from incomprehensible pains and eternal fatigue without finding salvation in ordinary pills. But as soon as they began to change their diet, their life was transformed beyond recognition, as if by the wave of a magic wand. They had the strength for sports, for travel, and for new creative achievements that they had only dreamed of before. This is not magic, but the simple biology of our body, which is always ready for restoration if we give it the right tools. We have every right to feel great at any age, and our nutrition is the key that opens the door to this new life. It is never too late to start taking care of yourself, because every new day gives us a chance for healing. In conclusion of our conversation, I want to wish you to gain patience and love for your own body, which has endured all our mistakes for so long. The process of reducing inflammation may take some time, but the results you get will exceed all your boldest expectations. Start listening to yourself. Choose only the highest quality and most useful products filled with solar energy and natural power. Let your kitchen become a place where your health is born, and every meal brings only joy and true deep saturation. You deserve to live a long and happy life, free from pain and chronic ailments. Believe in yourself and in that huge power that is laid in each of us by nature itself.